Right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome back. I'm in Detroit. Flew up yesterday. It was all right. Just getting through security in America takes a while. But yeah, all right flight. It was quite busy. It was okay. Got here just fine. We're not far from the airport. Hotel's real nice. Both Mr. Sassarati and Mr. James Hollingshead are here as well. So we had a good chat last night. So that was nice and fun. Anyway, it's 2 in the morning and it's my per usual 3 to 4 hours of sleep. And we're going to crack on with loading because it is weigh-in day. It is Friday, the 28th or 28th of March. So we're cracking on as such. I was 94.1 this morning. You will see my photos here. Various forms of shitty lighting in this room. But there we go. Yeah, pretty flat this morning. We're looking to obviously bring a little bit more graininess, which I think we've already managed to achieve this last week. So that was great. Didn't film any of that, just sort of cracked on with the past week and just went for it. So yeah, anyway, first meal is about to go down, so I'll make that and then show it to you. All right, bye-bye. All right, so that's meal one. 100 grams of cream of rice, 25 grams of whey, 100 grams of strawberries, 100 grams of banana, 20 grams of cashews, and 15 grams of peanut butter with some cinnamon on top. So let's dig in. Okay, ladies and gents, back with the square bowl. This is meal 2, 65 grams of oats, 3 eggs, whole eggs in there, mixed in, gram of pink salt, gram of low salt, 50 grams of blueberries, 50 grams of raspberries, and some cinnamon on top. So we're going to bang that now as well.
It's the most 70s thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. Look at that.
Right, ladies and gents, sorry, I missed some bits because I was very busy. But basically, base layers on, weighed in, heighted. I got heighted in at 5'10.5", so an inch extra. There's some debate as to whether that's locked in or whether I need 3 heights to then have an official height. But I was 5'9.5". 5'10" at the last one, 5'10.5" at this one, so we'll see what the third one is at FIBO, and potentially that will lock me in. But it could. We've also been told that that is now locked in at 5'10". If that's the case, my new weight cap will be 219 pounds, not 212. I weighed in at 209 in trackies and a t-shirt, so I'm probably more like 207, 208. So let's say 12 pounds extra. If that's the case, we'll have to wait and find out. But anyway, that weight's not getting added in the next 2 weeks, so I don't need to think about that for now. Anyway, it's interesting. If I am 5'10" for a future career, that is definitely useful. Anyway, I missed some food. So after the last meal, had 4 rice cakes just to tide me over until weigh-in. Just before weigh-in, 1 rice cake with 10 grams of peanut butter on it. And then come back from weigh-in. 200 grams of that. Oh, it's bloody lovely. But yeah, using a bit more of the cheaty food. Anyway, it's now around 5 o'clock. Gonna go chill with James and Sass. They're in this hotel as well. We had a chill last night as well, so we're gonna go sit in the sunshine because it's quite nice in a minute. So I'll put my clothes back on, go outside, have a smoke. Okay, see you in a bit. Hello, sorry, managed to miss another meal before in terms of filming, but so after first layer of tan, came back, had 80 grams of prawns, 80 grams of rice, honey on top of that, 20 grams of honey, and then I think some fat sauce as well. potentially not, I can't remember, and a cookie. And then this meal is after second layer of tan. It's about 8 p.m. at the minute. That's 80 core, 25 whey, 100 grams of grapes, and 20 grams of peanut butter, plus a cookie. That's everything. And then we'll be going to bed after that. The look's pretty good at the minute. Very happy with it. So we're just going to hold this, see what we look like in the morning. All right, bye. Good morning, ladies and gents. It is once again show day, and I have once again forgotten to film meal one. It is about 3 in the morning at the minute. Had that at about 2:30 after a conversation with Vicky, and that was 100 grams cream of rice, 100 grams of banana, 60 grams blueberries, 60 grams raspberries, and 20 grams of honey. So no fat in that first meal. Just trying to shove some carbs in, get them moved through fairly quickly, and then probably eat something again at 4:30. Touch on the flat side this morning, nothing crazy, but we can definitely afford to fill out a touch more than this. Yesterday was quite conservative in terms of the load because I want to bring a sharper look, so it wasn't as bombastic as Anaheim. So fewer cookies basically. Didn't sleep as well as we wanted me to last night, but at the minute that's sort of like a guessing game in terms of how I will sleep based upon food intake, and usually I'm finding it takes probably about 2 days of higher food in order to see sleep return to somewhat normal. So obviously after today, probably go out for food with the lads, and potentially obviously the day after have a bit of a day off as well because I'm flying. But anyway, that's the future. We've got to consider the now. So another check-in at 4:30. Excited. 13 of us in the show today. I've not got any expectation on me or anything like that. Saw Wesley, saw Grego, saw all of the other guys. Wesley's fucking huge. But obviously I said before, they hired me and Taller just for this show. Not sure whether that's 100% confirmed that we are definitely locked in forever at that height of 5'10" from now on, or if it is going to be the rolling average of 3, or if it's just going to be that's your height for this year. Anyway, I've not got to worry about it because I'm not about to stick on 12 pounds in the space of fucking, 2 weeks. So we're all good. I haven't got to worry about that. So I'm going to stick with the fact that I'm probably 5'9", and based upon obviously the previous measure, I got 5'9.5". This time it was 5'10.5", but everybody got heighted and taller than they normally are. So I'm thinking this is an anomalous result. So we're just going to go with the fact that I'm probably 212 pounds rather than jumping the gun on that one, but we shall see. There's nothing really official. There's no like height card or anything like that they'd mentioned. So until we have that sort of level of confirmation, I won't be guaranteeing myself the fact that I'm into 5'10", but it would be nice, and it would be a hell of a lot more weight, and it would allow for a lot more growth. But we shall see. I'm not getting too ahead of myself on that front because that's, again, future. Just for now, we're here to do the job of today, which is to get on that stage, prejudging at 11 a.m. in the big theatre, which will be nice and exciting. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you at the next meal.
All right, meal 2. 100 grams of strawberries, 200 grams of ice cream, and 2 rice cakes. And that should just top us up.
So it's about 6:30, so tan number 3 is on the way soon, and then prejudging straight over there. So it's all happening.
BB Classic Physique Division.
Third from the left. This call out, I think, stands out a little more than the last one.
Third from the right as well, looking great.
Yeah. Off the bat, though, you can see kind of the difference in levels between Wesley and Matt.
Yeah.
Wesley looks a lot better than the Arnold here.
Yeah.
Guy from the UK, he's third from the left.
Yep.
He's a wild legs, loose, really good condition.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
Our next competitor is making his second pro appearance after making his debut at the NPC Fit World last week. He turned pro at the 2023 NPC Worldwide Championships in Italy. Please welcome, from the United Kingdom, Alex Kent.
All right, we got Alex next.
I'm actually really impressed with Alex. I think he's got a bright future. It could be a little bit tighter through the waist, a little bit, but he's got a lot of muscle, very dense. Chest is very thick, arms are very thick.
Yeah, great arms.
Biceps are great.
You want more. The sound is hype, and we're sure that play adventure. I think it's time to make a floor burn. what I'm saying is,
Great shot
it's
there.
your
Wow,
turn
this guy's
to
had
do
a great
things
physique.
you've always wanted to. Here's the jam for getting played to you. Listen up to what I'm saying here. Work it out. Oh, you ain't staying
Conditioning
here.
from the back is definitely exceptional.
Everything is bang on.
Listen close. Don't blow this chance to get next to the opposite sex. It means if you ain't down, you
I'm
can
extremely
exit
impressed
just
with this
like
physique.
Brutus.
Conditioning
We
from the
know
back
it's
here is really
all your
good.
strength, y'all. We can
I think
do
balance
it
and
my
proportion
way.
is wild too.
This symphony was composed by me. Now your reps in jeopardy. Like the kiss of death to my foes, MCs are falling like dominoes. Oppose me.
It's a really, very, very, very nice physique.
Yeah, good classic posing.
3 Jack, 4 Daniel, 7 Matthew, 9 Alex,
Nice.
11 Luke, 12 Wesley, 12 and 11 switch,
Stay up, Jack. Alex.
4 and 9 switch, 12 and 4 switch. Front double bicep. Side chest. Face the rear. Back double bicep.
It's over! No time to search the world around. Cause you know where I'm
Relax. Face front. Abdominals to one thigh. Your favorite classic pose.
so go do what you want.
Relax. 4 and 9 switch.
You can't come close to something. No time to search the world around.
Front double bicep. Relax. Side chest. Face the rear. Back double bicep. Relax, face front. Abdominals to one side. Your favorite classic pose.
Gentlemen, you can get back in line.
It's making me crazy. I'll try to keep
Front double bicep. Relax. 4 and 9 switch. Front double bicep. Face the rear, back double bicep. Face front, abdominals to one thigh. Your favorite classic pose. Relax. Jay, join this group.
Oh, come on, let's go. Hey, come on. fading! They're fading! Open!
Face the rear, back double bicep.
No way was I last night.
That's it, Jay.
Right there!
Relax. Face front. 9 and 4 switch.
Right, back from prejudging. It seemed to go pretty well. We were put next to McGregor and Wesley. Definitely in the top 6, potentially looking at top 4, so that's interesting. Anyway, back after a little bit of time, sort of downtime. Next meal, 70 grams of cream of rice, 10 grams of dark chocolate, 100 grams of strawberry, no, 60 grams of strawberries, 60 grams of grapes, 100 grams of blueberries with a bit of cinnamon on top, and then I've got 2 eggs boiling going alongside that, and then Vicky has mentioned the cookies at some point, so I'll need to redo that and ask her how many. But yeah, pretty buzzing, but I just need a bit of chill time now because I'm pretty knackered, so I'm gonna eat this and crack on. All right, bye.
All right, ladies and gents, I am mid-meal, very battered after the prejudging, quite tired. Obviously, quite a big deal in terms of the placing, so obviously feeling quite afterwards. But 300 grams of potato, 130 grams of prawns, 120 grams of kiwi, which was beautiful, and 20 grams of peanut butter, and that's bringing me back to life, as well as a little bit of outside time, even though it's a bit drizzly, and plenty of nicotine. So I think that'll be the next play. Medium-sized cigar required. Okay, final feed before heading into finals. 3 rice cakes, 60 grams of banana, and 10 grams of peanut butter. Pretty simple. And then we're gonna head off pretty soon after that over to the final showdown, the finals, which start at 7. So yeah, all very exciting, all very excited to get on stage and get it done. All right, I'll see you later.
Adrian.
This will be the 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
I find this really difficult to say who's even winning in these because they all have their strengths, they all have their weaknesses.
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
Number 4 definitely came back a little fuller, a little more polished tonight. Glaze a little better, little added fullness. I think looks good. You know, because his legs are so big, if he's not really full up top, it kind of heightens that discrepancy, right? But they're giving Jack a shot in the middle here as well. Yeah, I mean, Jack's structure is just incredible. Great arms, great V-taper. Really flows nicely.
Yeah, it's a very balanced body.
Very balanced, yeah.
Very nice side chest from number 4.
Yeah. Side leg is very impressive.
I'd have to say number 4 is pretty dominant in that one.
Yeah, conditioning in the lower half, you know, hamstrings, glutes are very overwhelming. Back is good, but you still see that discrepancy upper to lower. You know, classic physique, obviously you want to see that balance, but there's so many impressive strengths with his physique that it's hard to deny him in some poses.
Oh,
so they switched Alex and
Jack
there.
Yeah, Alex has a really nice physique. I just wish he tweaked a bit of his posing.
Yeah, so a few posing tips. You know, I think he's passing Jack here on the conditioning.
Yeah,
you can see
that's a really
here.
nice pose right
Great
there
shot
for him.
Really shows through the lower lats and the erectors, the feathering there. You can see his glutes, hamstrings.
Please welcome from the United Kingdom, Alex Kent.
Alex up next. So we said earlier, really impressed this year. You know, a few posing tweaks, but overall great flow, good conditioning. It's a great shot for him, as we said earlier.
It's a very pretty physique he has.
The classical music for a classic physique.
Doesn't get more classic than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Kent. Detroit, get on your feet. Let's do this.
Wesley's got a second career in voice acting.
Yeah. I think everybody likes a good pose down.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your classic physique top 5.
Great top 5.
And
That plays
presented
the Jack
to our
Eagles.
5th place finisher tonight, Jack Eagle.
Certainly did have him in 5th.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Jack Eagles.
An improvement from his showing last week, where I think it was last week when he competed.
Please take
He was outside of the top 5, so it's a good step up for him.
Yeah, I don't think he can go home disappointed.
No, it's a good package.
Alex Kent.
Alex in 4th.
Great look.
All right, gentlemen.
Interested to see where we'll see.
This one really was a nail biter. I had no idea.
Right. Well, that went pretty fucking well. Fourth place at the Detroit Pro. If you told me that at the start of this season, I would have told you fuck off. I'm over the fucking moon, to be honest. I haven't really got any words for it at the minute. It's a bit early. It's still 4 in the morning, and I didn't get much sleep. Trying to get some words out that are of any use. Let's just talk about the day yesterday. I filmed up to finals. I think obviously got plenty of meals in, all the carb up, so that's all sorted. This is admin, Alex. This is for you, who's doing the editing. Prejudging finals. Prejudging went really fucking well. Into top 6, moved into the middle, comparing against the Bode. He's an Olympian. Comparing against Grego, comparing against Wesley. It's Matt Grego and fucking Wesley business. Stood on stage with those two. Surreal. And to be put next to them and compared against them, obviously they were then separated from the rest of us in a top 2 because it was very obvious they were the cut above. But even to be on stage with them and to be compared against them, an honour, and you know, incredible. Obviously you got 4th, and the really nice thing was at the end of the day, Fuad pulled me across after awards and he said, you could have been 3rd if you'd just done this stuff with your posing. Now that, you know, that's fantastic news at the same time, but it also, you know, a few people had me in 3rd and whatever. I personally think I still need to grow. Granted, my back is good and there's loads of lines there, but I'm always going to see the parts of my physique which need to improve. And I had some comments from the head judge, which was bigger chest, bigger shoulders, more lower lat. And I'm there like, I know I need more leg as well. He didn't mention leg. And then I spoke to Fuad, or Fuad pulled me aside and said, your posing is doing you a disservice. So I was like, front relaxed, a bit off, front double could do with opening up more and showing off my size. I posed to the judges, which has been the wrong thing to do, post to the audience. So that's a big mental note for me, which should help going forward into FIBO, which I'm really, really, really thankful for that feedback, because it obviously gives me something to go off, which is great, and obviously moving me forward. And lots of extremely kind words from people who I absolutely respect. So, you know, it was the atmosphere there yesterday was fantastic. and all the right things were said about me, and you know, just finding myself in a position which you only wish to be in. So 4th place there, representing the British guys, staying with bloody James and Sass, and that was a 2-3 there. They've brought home these ginormous trophies and big old checks. So they're both extremely happy with their results. So that's all good. And you know what happened last night? I had a client with me as well. He came to watch, and James Sass and I and James's wife Yannicka, we were all trying to work out where to go to eat. Fuad just tells us to come to the hostile dinner, so we end up going to the hostile dinner, and I'm in a car with Fuad, Mr. Olympia himself, Samson, Ben Chow, and then it's me and my client Abdullah. Just in a Cadillac, in fucking Fuad's Cadillac Escalade. On the way there to a restaurant where we're with all of the hostile team, and that includes friends as well. So we're at a table with Ian Vayer, Seth Ferosi was the head judge, a lot of the team that were there running the show, Samson, James, Sass, Nick Justice, loads of fucking guys. And we went to, I think it was a Middle Eastern place. And yeah, I ate a lot. Yeah, fuck me, what a surreal experience. Crazy. And I was up very late, and obviously, me being me, I've only slept about 2.5, 3 hours, because the body's just like, fuck you, wake up. Big shout out to Mr. Eagles. Big shout out, because went through it last week, has had a fucking rough ride on prep, and pulled it together. And he did it on his own. Very impressive. And all this shit about me versus him, leave that at the fucking door. We're going to be competing against each other for years, and he is only going to improve, and he has done extremely well to claw back his physique and bring things back to life and present a package that did him justice. So very well done. You know, total respect to the guy, and look forward to having a long, fruitful career alongside another British pro who is incredibly intelligent and a very respectable guy, and who will go far. So it's amazing to see us British guys come over and do as well as we've done from a country that is quite small, and bodybuilding is still in the public domain pretty much like, what the fuck is this? You know, and to see guys do that well, and to all as act in a respectable way and that sort of thing is it's great to see. So all very happy, ready to head back to Blighty and see my family and friends for a little bit before we then head to Germany in 2 weeks' time, which I think will be good in terms of implementing those changes in my posing. Very thankful for the people that have supported, continue to support. You know, 5th and a 4th, so an improved placing upon last week's 2nd pro show, and the chance that the fact that, you know, pushing those top guys who are Olympians, is within my grasp. And I had so, like, you know, Paul came over and was like, first time I've ever seen your physique, looked wild. Ian was like, wild physique. Fuad, same story, you know, both like great physique, just a couple of things here and there. And you want that. I don't want to get just purely glazed by somebody and just be like, amazing physique, blah, 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 but you came 3rd, and then there's no reason for it, or you came 4th, and there's no reason for it. Yeah, I'd rather have you came 4th because of this, fix this, and you will be better. Immediate, easy changes to make, rather than, you know, and the other general feedback was get bigger, which is fair, because from what I'm surmising is I'm now 5'10", and that is a true locked-in 5'10". You know, these decisions are a bit sort of off the wall, on, you know, flat, they just occurred. So we've heightened in at 5'10", but I was chatting with Jack, because he's done 3 pro shows now. I've only done 2. So I think with my 3rd after FIBO, that might be a locked in height, but I'll have to see if they want to height me in FIBO. But apparently we won't need to height in again. So I'm 5'10", which means my weight cap is now 219, and I weighed in at 209 on their scales, in clothes, in some trackies and a t-shirt. So I'm 5'10", that opens up a massive realm of possibility in terms of growing, which will be like, you know, the equivalent of basically 12 pounds, because we're taking into account clothes. And also you can always be a little bit, you know, leaner. You can always pull off a little bit of weight. So it's a lot of weight to add, which means another big off season. But I don't want to have another 2 years off. Realistically, I'd rather just crack on with it and see where we land. Because once you're in there, you've got to be hammering it. But you've also got to improve. You've got to make those improvements. So I really want to work my fucking arse off over the next few years and make those improvements and become a naming classic physique. Because if we can be, and we can get some buzz and we can move things forward, and bring up the scene within Britain, support everybody, then that's how you know you're going to move forward. And more than ever, I think I've seen more of the business side of bodybuilding these past couple of weekends with pros, and how you have to promote and how you have to support and how you have to use your position as an athlete in order to move things forward, because promoters want to see the effort from you as well. They're very thankful that you do their show, but they also want to see you promote their show, bringing home a middle. Feeling like fucking Muttley, and both of them sat here. This is the haul so far for the pro debut season. So we got 2 out of 2 in terms of medals. 2 out of 2 top 5 placings. You know, if we can equal or if we can improve for FIBA, I don't know. I don't know how big that show's going to be. I thought Detroit was going to be humongous. And, you know, FIBA might be bigger just because it is the big European show. But we'll just have to see, because I don't know yet. The competitor list will come out next Monday or next Tuesday. So we shall only have to wait and see on that front. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following along. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for being here and enjoying these. Plenty of people have messaged me saying, please keep the YouTube series going, so I will. We're here now. It's real. You better believe it, Mr. Kent, because you're in the conversation now. So absorb it, take it in, use it, move it forward. Oh, also, the venue. Venue's in the theatre. Oh, it felt brilliant. It felt like you were actually performing, and me being a bit of a showman and having that built into me, that felt great. In reference to last video, my grandma, you know, again, especially with my posing routine, I was like, come on now. And she did. So, yeah, that was great. Really enjoyed that. Really good audience response from Ness and Dormer as well, so I'll have to keep doing that one. I think a lot of guys are doing very long posing routines. I just do a minute, and it gets the picture. You get the picture. Anyway, got to close off this video. Thank you, everybody. It's over and out from Detroit. Have a good one. See you in the next one.